Hey guys, hey, this is Nay. Follow me on IG, Twitter, and Periscope at Nay Rob on YouTube. Nay, let's talk New Edition Part 1. Because New Edition was a part of my childhood, it was kind of tough watching the movie. I'm sorry, y'all, my bushes everywhere. But it was tough watching the movie. I felt my heart have like a form of anxiety, but because it's kind of like seeing your hero's weakness. And for me to see the backstory of New Edition kind of dispelled, just all the childhood memories that I had to see like a group that I was just so infatuated with as a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15. Who didn't have a crush on um, some member in New Edition? Me, my guy was Ronnie DeVoe. Naysayers, who was your guy? Like, I know Ronnie DeVoe looked a hot mess with that jerry curl and that pig nose, but it's strange that as he got older, he became more attractive. But yeah, it kind of broke my heart a bit. And as um, I see how as it is going to go on to part two and part three, how my heart is going to be broken a little more. But yeah, let's get into it. So, what I want to talk about a little bit is the casting. I love that Tank was in it, that Wood Harrison was in it. Wood Harris, I'm sorry, Wood Harris. Guys, that's like my perfect dude. Like I love me old bony, tall dude. I love it. But Wood Harrison, is it Harrelson or Harrison? Harris. Wood Harris. That's it. That's it. Ebony, y'all remember Ebony from Players Club? Who don't remember Ebony? Wayne Martin. I love to see him working. I just, I don't, I just like him. I think he's just so underrated to me. You know, this side of my bushes. Okay, he's just so underrated to me, and I just love to see him working because I love him and his wife together. And did I say Tank? Yeah, Tank. As far as the kids were concerned, in regards to the casting, people were going in really hard on Bobby Brown's casting as a child, and I'm like, I don't see what's bad about it because Bobby Brown looked like a little drug addict as a child. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but well, yeah, I am, but Bobby looked like old little boy that was smoking weed. And come to find out, they were. But yeah, I don't see what the problem was with the casting for Bobby Brown. Because have y'all ever seen pictures of Bobby Brown as a child? That played Michael Bivins. I thought it was a good choice. The little boy that played Ronnie DeVoe. He was a cute little boy, but I don't think he looked like Ronnie DeVoe. He doesn't. Um, But some other things that I want to talk about is okay. And know this, guys. This is not a recap. This is just a discussion. Um, the $500 signing bonus in Betamax. Um, I don't know what to say about it because I felt like the mothers weren't weren't I'm gonna say financially educated, like because I think business and I think money on things. Y'all know everything. Even I spoke about my YouTube. My YouTube is a business to me. I don't know if I would have accepted $500 in a Betamax. So you gonna feed me one time, one good time for my family, and we gonna take my kids on the Betamax, and then we gonna watch it as a family in the same house or projects that you picked them up from. Like that just don't like I don't know, guys. What do you think about that? Like I don't I don't know. And then like the mothers, what was funny to me was a lot of people say that oh, my deal, I was screwed over for my first deal. A lot of people said that, like TLC said it, New Edition. And what's sad, what really broke my heart about New Edition is that New Edition has always said that they've been trying to get out of the hole their whole career. Like it's been times where I hear them in interviews saying, it's time for us to make money. And if you notice with New Edition, how certain members of the group will sort of kind of beg the other members to come back to the group, or I would love to go on tour with them, or Bob, get at me, or Ralph, get at me. They kind of beg each other to go back on tour, and it's obvious that it was so many egos involved in the group, even as children. Like they show little specks of egos, but men, they're that's just them. Men have that testosterone in them where everybody wants to be the alpha male. And uh each character was and or each member was definitely an alpha. But male, at any rate, getting back to the mothers and their decision to sign a contract, like, mom, I know, back then in the 80s, it wasn't like, people, the minimum wage was probably like $3, something like that. But nothing clicked in your mind to be like $500. I can make that in a month, for back then. Like nothing in your mind clicked to say $500. No, no, get the, which leads me to social media. The reason why these young men are so rich now and capable and able to make money, because if you recall in the movie, the guy Wood Harris's character was like, I paid for this, you got to pay for promotion, you got to do this, you got to pay for that. Now these young men, these young stars, thanks to social media, they're able to keep the majority of the money in their pocket because they promote themselves, and they have streaming streaming systems in place where they can put their own music on things like SoundCloud and what's that, like you know what I'm saying, like what is that, title or whatever it is, Apple Music, Google Music. They can put their own music out there and they can make music. As much as I hate Soldier Boy, but that Leo was genius. He was the first one to do it. And I just look at some of those older groups and look at it like, man, social media could really have put them over the top. And how, like, those older groups like New Edition are conditioned to believe that they need to have a big company backing them in order for them to be successful. It's just disheartening to see how those young men were exploited. And see, I can't even say that mothers were exploited because they should know better. I know that at that time, you should have known at least to be like, well, you know, that's that's like what? Even if it was 2 months, okay, that's 2 months worth of working. Nothing said, wait a minute, $500, that's two that's 2 months of working, and you gonna take my son over there and be like, and that's it, and work the heck out of him? No, and he ain't gonna be in school or nothing. I don't know, Ma. I don't know. I don't know. So the next thing I want to talk about is Bama Kurtis Blow. Kurtis Blow, you a Bama. I'm sure y'all tell me whether or not that was Kurtis Blow that was in the they went to New York and it was like a old hip hop dude that yeah, I think it was Kurtis Blow. Terrible casting for I wasn't too impressed with the casting. I really wasn't, I can't lie. But Kurtis Blow was hating on the little boys. I was disappointed in that, you know. I was very disappointed in that. Kurtis Blow, you a Bama for that. Come on now, you're supposed to embrace the youth. If anything, fool, you should have made a song and put no addition on the song, fool. You don't. Me, I'm getting on. I'm getting in where I fit in. Kurtis Blow was lunch. I want to talk a little bit about the Taurus, uh, Ralph Tresvant. Okay. Um, a lot of people, most people liked Ralph Tresvant. He was the lead singer. Who doesn't like the lead singer? It just always happened like that. And who knew that Maurice Starr went to Ralph and said, Ralph, you know, you're going to be a big deal. Come on. And Ralph, the Taurus, was loyal enough to say, Maurice, you can have me, but we're going to bring the group. It's going to be me and the group or nothing. That gave me mad respect for Ralph. Now, I'm not a Ralph Tresvant fan. Oof, he did not age one of the albums. I forgot which one. It seemed like it was just Ralph, all Ralph. And none of the group were singing, and they all were singers. I think the only one who wasn't a true singer was Ronnie, you know, and Ronnie and Michael. Those were the ones that were not singers. That's why they, you know, they be in the background with their deep voices. Just Ralph's attitude being which is a Taurus attitude. If it's not broke, let's not fix it. Or let's not fix what's not broken. And the guys are like, look, where the group is growing, but the group is growing, but the group is not changing. And Ralph is not absorbing the concept that we want more out of the group. You're getting more, you're growing, but we're not growing. At any rate, guys, the same people you meet on the way up are the same people you meet on the way down. Naysayers, let's be good to each other.